Part of the NACRA Sevens Rugby Championships on Rogers TV. Along with me, Pierce Higgins here, your commentator. I have Brad Asselin and Ron Turk. Big game up here today. Now it's next game here is Canada versus Bahamas, senior men.
Mexico's first match against the Bahamas.
Yeah, we've seen some wonderful rugby so far. This is the second game for both these teams, so both teams should be well settled in. They know what the task ahead of them is, and it's going to be an exciting game.
Tough task for the Bahamas team again. You know, they play a limited amount of sevens rugby, but they look pretty good in their first game, so we'll see how they come back and shape up against a strong Canadian side.
Yeah, the Bahamas, they have quite a bit of size, a bit of strength, and they tried to exert that over Mexico. They lost a close game, whereas Canada swifted through in their last game to Bermuda.
Again, the Canadian lineup, Rob, can you give us the Canadian lineup for today?
Yeah, the starting lineup is number 2, Connor Braid. Number 4, John Moonlight. Number 5, Connor Trainer. Number 8, Sean White. Number 9, Harry Jones. Number 10, Kieran Hearn. And 11, Jeff Hassler.
And the game getting underway by Kieran Hearn. A nice high kick and a chase by the Canadians to retrieve the kickoff. This time they weren't successful. Bahamas got in the way, disrupted the kickoff. So now we have a short maul, and the referee has penalized Bahamas for killing the ball on the ground. And we're off now to Bahamas with their first attack. That penalty was against Canada.
And again, early on this game, Bahamas is going to be crashing the ball up and trying to use that physicality that they showed against Mexico, win these breakdowns, spin the ball wide.
Nice drive in there by the big number 7, Jamie Curry, and the ball comes back, and it's in the hands now of number 4, Andrew Kemp for Bahamas.
And Bahamas, really, their number 6, Durham Beto, was their go-to guy in the last game. They're going to be looking for him to be their playmaker and offload the ball to quicker guys.
Long pass in by Canada now in possession of the ball after a turnover. Kieran Hearn with the ball, the Canadian captain. Poor pass there, went to ground. But picked up again and greatly taken out now by the Canadians on a run. Big number 5 for Canada with the ball.
Yeah, that's Connor Trainer, big, strong player, center for the 15s team. Scored a lovely try in the World Cup against New Zealand. Lovely play by him, and he's showing his strength and speed.
And got Canada on the board early in the game. An interesting point in this game, gentlemen. There's the replay. There's Connor Trainer away, almost unopposed. A nice move there on the defender number 9 for Bahamas around Jimiko Cooper. And conversion now be taken by number 2 for Canada, Connor Braid.
Yeah, and you for all the kids watching, you saw Connor, before he made his move, he had 2 hands on the ball that allowed him to be a lot more dynamic, could pass either way. He had his heads up, and he took his gap. Lovely acceleration.
We should welcome here a visiting official from France, Sylvie Bro. From France is refereeing for first time out of France, and this is part of the IRB referee development program.
Yeah, and that's, again, as we talked about earlier, that's a big part of the game. Sharing your wealth, sharing your knowledge from one nation to the next is great to have.
Kick off by Kieran Hearn here. A nice high ball, just goes about 11 meters forward. Taken by number 4 for Canada.
That's
John Moonlight.
That's John Moonlight, big, powerful player. Canada's off to the races.
Again, Jeff Hassler has the ball on the wing. He passed it out again. See.
That's number 10, Kieran Hearn.
Kieran Hearn, the Canadian captain. Beautiful score from a nice pass from the winger, Jeff Hassler, inside to number 10.
And it's a really, we'll see the replay here quickly.
There he goes, Kieran Hearn. Beautiful run, dummy pass inside, and makes it around the corner.
Yeah, lovely finish by Kieran there. But if you notice, Canada had a lovely kickoff. They spanned the ball from one end of the field to the other. Nice play by John Moonlight. Now, even though they may be playing a weaker opposition than they're used to, that's beautiful execution, and they're going to be happy with that try.
Oh, they will indeed. And again, the start of all that was a lovely high ball that went just about the 10 meters, gave the Canadian big boys a chance to get up and win it back. And that was done very well by Canadian number 4, John Moonlight.
Off the post here for the conversion.
So we don't have a successful conversion, very close. That will be 5-0, 12
now to 0, the first try converted.
We can also see Canada, they're using all their players. You know, selections for this match weren't the same as the first match. Phil Mack was on the bench. They're using all their guys.
And again, that's something the coach, Geraint John, will want to do, get all the players on the field over the first 2 games, give them a chance to run out and get used to the atmosphere and the ground and the whole, get the ball in hand and get used to playing sevens again.
Absolutely, and lovely skills from the Canadians you see here. All players are being involved early, all players are touching the ball, and they're finishing the tries in the corner. It's wonderful to see.
It's unselfish rugby, like we call it.
And a big aspect of this too is they're all looking for selection. Canada, as you know, are going to play the full circuit of the IRB Sevens this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be very demanding, and looking to move into the top 8 in the circuit will be a great challenge. So Garen John and his staff have their hands full. It's going to be a very interesting season.
That's it. It's great to see Canada back as a core team where they should be.
There we go on the blind.
There's Moonlight on the blind,
2 on
looking at player inside and outside in support. Takes it to ground, picked up by number 8, Sean White.
Little unlucky tap forward there from, they call him Whitey. Unfortunate, but Canada's pinned the team deep here, and they're not going to relieve the pressure.
Referee Sylvain Bro right on the spot there to pick that little nudge forward, and a defending scrum here now for Bahamas. And again, you know, the new laws prevailing with the scrum. It'll be interesting to see how Bahamas can adjust to it as well as the Canadians.
Yeah, an opportunity for both teams to kind of get used to the new engagement. I would see Canada really exert their oh, there we go. Exerting their strength right now.
Offside.
Advantage, look now, look, the referee has advantage out for Canada, so they can drive here. They got an extra play coming to them. Moonlight with the ball again.
Ball comes out to their playmaker, Harry Jones. And again, off to...
Straight arm. Oh, 2 beautiful straight arms by Heron. Captain. He's, you know, he's really coming into his own, you know, for a big man. You know, he's really impressed me with his calmness and just, you know, in Canada, I mean, we didn't used to have that many big boys playing sevens, and now we do. And, you know, look at him. He's got his wings, and he's flying away with it.
That's it, pride of Newfoundland.
Exactly, and I was going to say that he's developed into a fine player
Yeah.
over the years. You watched him when he started. He was a bit of a skinny kid, and look at the way he's developed in his rugby and his physically, and his work rate is tremendous.
And he was a late starter in rugby, eh? I read in one of the news on Rugby Canada that he was a late starter at the age of 13, 14, you know?
Yeah, again, coming from the Atlantic Rock team. Pat
That's
Parfrey's
right.
done a wonderful job over there.
Great developer of the game in Canada.
So Conor Braid has completed the conversion, now taking us up to 19-0 for Canada, and Canada going to restart again with Kieran Hearn looking for that high 10.5-meter kick. We'll see, can he do it again?
Yeah, John Moonlight's done a wonderful job of bringing these down. He's going to want to repeat this, do the same thing, get the ball back on their side.
Not quite as long a kick angle-wise, but nonetheless recovered there by number 2 for Canada, Conor Bird.
And here's Harry Jones doing
Switch
what he
to
does.
Harry Jones, nice one to number 8. Going out to Sean White, who's going unopposed again, and work his way towards the post to ground the ball for another try for Canada, and an easy conversion upcoming.
That's right, we're watching Sean White in Kingston there, starting number 9. And wow, was he an incredible player, monumental for the team. Fantastic organizer, strong on his feet, and you see his speed demonstrated in that try there.
Question for you here, because I think Canada a little bit unique in this, is that a lot of the players in the 7th team are permanent places on 15s. A lot of countries have a select 7 away from the 15s. In Canada's case, many of these players will be playing on our first 15 as well when we play 15s.
Well, in the years, our past few coaches we've had, like Rick Suggett and Dave Clark, they've really made an effort to develop players and get them experience.
Halftime break coming up here.
And then it gives them an opportunity to play. So after that, they've been on the international stage.
Okay, we've got Al Sharon here, a fixture in Ottawa, an icon of the game in Canada. Welcome, Al.
Thank you very much.
Last time you and I talked to each other, we were probably on the and you were giving me a hard time for a missed call.
I would never give you a hard time. I would never give you a hard time, Chris.
So this is a fantastic event here at Twin Island. You must be really proud of your club and your union here for what they've done.
Oh, very much so. I mean, I think it's great for Canada and obviously great for Ottawa to have this type of event here. I think it's only going to possibly grow. I think if Canada, I mentioned this in the past, is that I think it'd be awesome if we could have this type of event on an annual basis, or every 2 years, to build the sevens program here in this country, open it up to more eyes to watch, and certainly with the rugby sevens in the Commonwealth Games and obviously with the next Olympics, it's going to be fantastic.
Another feature today was to see the Eastern Ontario Under-18 boys play Bermuda. That was an outstanding exhibition of sevens when they don't get a great opportunity.
The way
to play
they played, they could actually be in this competition.
Yeah, played very well. Great ball handling skills, and that's great to see because that's the future of sevens. We got to develop it at the school level and the club level.
Exactly, and I mean, I hope there's any athletes out there who's thinking about playing rugby. Is they understand what's out there. You play for your national team, you get to see the world, and obviously there's a big opportunity to go to the Olympics. And I wish I had that idea or potential to be able to do that.
Well, I know Garen John would enjoy having you on the team once again.
Well,
thank you.
Not my present state, but
listen, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
We're going now to the second half, the restart of the game with Bahamas to kick off.
Here we go. Bahamas going to want to get into this game early in the second half and get a little bit of ball possession.
Nice work there by number 4 for Bahamas. Andrew Kemp gives it to Dorian Butler, who drives forward, creates a little ruck there, waiting for the ball to come back. Referee right on top. Nice break there by number 9 for Bahamas. Yes. Kimiko Cooper has the ball, moving it again. Number 8 out to 4 for Bahamas. And number 6, nice work by Dorian Beadle. That's their go-to guy in the center.
Yeah, I was just saying they're starting to build some phases, and they're right in striking distance right now. They need to make sure they don't get isolated and keep that support, though.
Great tackle by.
It was John Moonlight there, yes,
no,
I believe.
Connor.
Was it Connor?
Yeah, Connor Trainer gave a real good spot tackle there, and the Bahamas player lost the ball in contact.
That's the reaction time. You see it here. Very nice tackle there by Canadian number 5 there. It was beautifully done.
And one thing to be noted, when the ball is spilled on knocked forward, we play advantage in rugby, of course. So Canada would have had the opportunity there, if they had it, to move that ball, go down the other side of the field.
You know, the standout guy right now is Connor Trainer. He's really been playing well. Okay, we've got some new guys coming on, fresh legs. We've got Phil Mack coming in at scrum half. We have number 1.
Tyler Arden, yes, coming on. There's Sean White coming off.
Great under the high ball.
Well, look who's coming off the field. How about that? Connor Trainer taking a break.
They got Connor and Kieran coming off for a break. They did their job.
Connor's still in the
Sorry,
center.
Kieran Hearn coming off, the captain.
Bahamas, a penalty against Canada. They're going to want to capitalize and get on the scoreboard. We can see this style of play from the Bahamas. They want to keep the ball in tight, use their strength to their advantage. They're not spinning the ball out wide where the Canadians could potentially isolate them.
A good effort there by Devin Woodside, the number 2 for the Bahamas. And what you have now is in the tackle, the ball went forward, so Canada will have the scrum. The referee putting down the scrum just about 10 meters out from the try line.
Bahamas not really using their space. You know, they had overlaps and opportunity to give the ball to their fast guys on the outside. They're trying to pound it through the middle. I don't think it's a very good strategic way to play the game against Canada. We've got some strong boys here that love to defend, and that's part of the game.
Number 5, Charles Smith, has come into the game for Bahamas. We haven't seen who's gone off yet, but he's in the game and in the scrum right away. I believe ball in hand for him at this point. Charles Smith in front of the post of the Canadian side.
Bahamas doing a really nice job in the scrum in their attacking end.
Yeah, they're getting their own balls back. Yeah, that's.
And they're disrupting Canada's ball.
Yeah, gone off on the left the field. Andrew Kemp for Bahamas has been replaced by number 5, Charles Smith.
We've got Phil Mack too. That's back on. A little feisty player. I mean, played great in his first game. Yeah, look for him to do some great things in the second half.
Philly just coming back from injury. He's happy to be back. Ran some.
It's a great effort there by Bahamas to slow down the ball for Canada. Succeeded to some degree. A little bit of pressure on Canadians. And Bahamas in, picking up the ball and driving in. And the referee has given the try for Bahamas. We're looking for the player coming back here. First player, as soon as we get his number, we'll give you his name. And it's number 2, I believe. Devin Woodside, scorer for the Bahamas.
Yeah, and Bahamas might not go on to win this game, but that is a huge success in its own, scoring a try against the top-ranked team, Canada, coming into this tournament.
It's a confidence booster. So,
exactly. But what I noticed in the second half, the start of the second half, Bahamas much more relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't come out nervous as they did in the first half. They obviously had a good talk at halftime and said, let's just go out and play some rugby, and that's what they've done, and they've got a nice reward for it with that try.
You know, when it's not working, you got to go back to the basics. You know, all coaches say that. It's hard to do it, but you know, when you do get your team all together to do it, it happens. I mean, that's a great opportunity. Great defense under pressure. Canada was under pressure in their own half. That's what happens.
So that was number 3, Andrew Bain, who scored a try for Bahamas.
Now a different kind of kickoff here, more traditional 15-a-side, long flat ball, which gives easy possession to Canada.
Phil. Philly boy is on the way.
Phil Mack on the run.
Can he go all the way? Nice ball, unselfish rugby, good stuff.
Connor Brad heading for the post, number 2 for Canada. And yes, right under the post. And again, we had an example there of poor kickoff in sevens. In a 15-a-side game, that might have been an acceptable kickoff. There was no air on it, no height, no time for the Bahamas support team to get up under it. Canada immediately took it and broke the line, and we scored. Nice score, two passes and under the post.
Absolutely. You see Philly Mack breaking tackles, showing that speed, that great speed that he has. And then, yeah, decides, no, I'm not going to take it myself. I'll let my mate get, and that's Braden for the try.
I met him earlier on. He was telling me he gained quite a few pounds, you know, and it's made him stronger and faster. So
there he's converted his own try.
Yeah, we've talked about the evolution of the game. That's what it is. They want stronger, faster athletes, and I think Phil Mack's really been able to do that, and it's been proven right here.
These type of games for Canada and probably USA, you know, they understand the opposition is not as strong as they normally face. To try something new and try some different combinations of players and maybe some even moves that they might try in the practice field, here's an opportunity to put them into a game situation.
Absolutely, and it's a balance between trying new things and then executing the basics.
Again, a beautiful, this time by Brad. He got it same as Kieran Hearn, a nice high kick. Almost recovered, but Bahamas got in there and snuffled the ball.
Yeah.
So they're calling it intentional knockdown from Canada.
Yes. So penalty to Bahamas by the referee, Sylvia Bro from France.
Those are always questionable, aren't they, Freddie?
Yeah, I think they were. Also, you know, seeing those beautiful high kicks, you know, there's
Picked up
probably
there
snow coming down
by
on
number
these
9
things.
by Harry Jones. He's gone with the ball there, and the referee again. St. Canada offbeat, holding onto the ball in the tackle, so not releasing. Another let off there. Bahamas can move away the ball from their danger zone.
All right, there's going to be a bit of a chase, you know.
Oh, directly out on the kick. They chipped it ahead, but it went directly into touch, so it comes back all the way to the inside the 10-meter line, and you'll have a line out here to Canada.
And that's not really Bahamas' game. They're not a kicking team. They don't spin the ball out wide. How do they score their try? They keep the ball in tight, use their strength, use their power. And they're kind of getting away from it here. Every time they do.
A little bit of a panic thing there, trying to clear their line and thought there was a gap. If had he kicked it infield, there might have been an opportunity for a chase.
It's a structured game, you know. You got to keep your structure as much as you can. I know it's hard, you know, but in this situation, you're right, Rob. You know, there's a little mishap here to kick the ball straight out. You know, we see a lot more of that in 15s. You know, a little chip kick it ahead.
Nice ball now to Canada coming in. Number 1, well taken in the line out there for Canada by Tyler Arden. And again, a break in the center, but not coming off up with the ball is Canada's number 9. Nice work here by Harry Jones.
Knock on. An advantage.
Bermuda have the ball.
There it
they
is.
Move it now. They don't have the players wide. Knocked straight, I'd say. Didn't go forward on that one, but Canada up to snuffle the pass. Nice hard
Still
work there by the big
eh?
number 5 there. I think for came in on past.
And here's the point of contact, the battle.
Really scrappy, eh?
Good battle between Canada and the Bahamas, both big teams.
That's something you see a lot of in sevens. You don't usually see that kind of ruck and maul, slow pace. There's the horn into the game. The referee wait for an opportunity. Penalty. The game can't end on a penalty, so Bahamas will have one more opportunity to take a run at the Canadian line.
And again, Bahamas going to want to work this ball in
Bahamas
nice and
to number
tight.
14. Nice work out there to Lever Boyd. Again, a pass from number 6. Duran beat the guy we expected to run, and he's back chasing now. Number 9 with the ball. That's Jimico Cooper in Canada contesting.
And you can see Trainer trying to line him up. Just
People
didn't quite pull
walking
it
here.
off.
We see the Bahamas boys are tired now. The guys are walking back.
Another big hit.
They got the legs now. They got the big break here. Big number 8 in the ball for him. That was Andrew Bain for the Bahamas, and the referee goes to whistle for the final game.
Pretty good effort, for Bahamas. You know, I think they're getting their legs on.
So the final score in that game was 33 points to 5 for Canada. We'll be back after the break for our next match, and we look forward to seeing you then. You're watching NACRA Rugby Sevens Championships on Rogers TV.